Hey guys, Raivoons here. The ratings for the Velma show are continuing to get worse and worse with each day. As of right now, it's sitting at a 53% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes and just a 7% audience score. So the critic score went a little bit up, but the audience score went down. But fact is, both don't like it. It's rotten on both. And 7%, that's like one of the worst audience scores for a show I have probably ever seen. And it's a similar story on IMDb. On IMDb it's sitting at a 1.7 out of 10, based on almost 10,000 reviews. That's awful. I think that's a worse rating than Dragon Ball Evolution got. So people hate that show, audiences hate it, even critics don't like it. And the show was pretty much made for critics, and even they don't really like it. And I haven't seen really any people out there defending this show. And it's funny because even both political sides don't like the show. I've seen left-wing people hate on it and right-wing people hate on it. But of course, as always, there are those couple of websites that are still gonna defend it, no matter what. No matter how bad it is. And one of those, obviously Kotaku and Polygon, which are garbage, but another one is Screen Rant. And they put out an article saying, Scooby Doo spin-off Velma show review bombed on IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes. Velma, a Scooby Doo animated spin-off show, is being brutally review bombed on both IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes in the wake of its release. Yeah, sure, review bombed. As always, whenever a garbage show releases nowadays, like Rings of Power or She-Hulk, and fans don't like it, it gets awful ratings, awful reviews. What do those magazines do? What does the mainstream media do? And all those companies? They call it review bombing. They start blaming the fans, they attack the fans and start calling them racist and sexist and whatever. They don't want to admit that the show just sucks. No, they rather blame the fans. The Scooby Doo spin-off Velma faces a massive review bombing campaign on Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb. Yeah, sure, whatever guys. How can you be this ignorant? No one's gonna believe you that crap. Have they even watched the show themselves? I'm seriously asking myself that, because what kind of journalism is that? Velma features race-blind casting that sees Daphne, Velma and Norville played by actors who are respectively South Asian, Asian and Black. It wouldn't be the first time a diverse production has been review bombed due to its diversity, and it will unfortunately not be the last. While Velma is relatively smaller in scope, Amazon's Rings of Power was review bombed to the point that Amazon had to suspend reviews to determine which reviewers were being genuine about their opinions or if they were spewing hate for the sake of it. Oh my god, guys, they can't be serious about that. I guess they also haven't seen Rings of Power. Rings of Power was not review bombed due to its diversity. I mean, that obviously was one of the aspects that didn't make any sense lore-wise, but there were so many other reasons. The writing was garbage, the casting sucked, the actors didn't do a great job, and it didn't feel like a Lord of the Rings project. And so many other reasons. They once again blamed review bombing. Yeah, sure. And what they are writing in this article is insane. Of course, Velma features race-blind casting. Yeah, sure, race-blind. Like they didn't obviously race-swap all of the characters to be more diverse. That's not race-blind. That's race-swapping them on purpose. And the article goes on, the fact that Velma is being bashed almost exclusively by men also hints at the potentially sexist cause of the bombing. IMDb reports that 159 men have reviewed the series with an average rating of 2.1. On the other hand, 18 women have given Velma an average rating of 4.1. Well, and the article just goes on talking about misogyny and how men are sexist and everything, and that's the reason the show is so bad. Even though at the same time they're also admitting that women also hate the show, but whatever, I guess. Then they start defending She-Hulk here in the article. It's really funny. They can't be serious. But even though all of social media is pretty much uniting against Velma and audiences hate the show, I got bad news for you guys, because Velma Season 2 reportedly confirmed at HBO Max despite backlash. Velma Season 2 has reportedly been confirmed at HBO Max despite the recent backlash against the Scooby Doo animated spin-off series. What? They honestly give Velma another season while cancelling other shows that are actually good and deserve another season, but no, those get cancelled, but something like Velma, that gets renewed? Are they serious? That show's just a cheap knockoff of the Harley Quinn animated series. According to the Entertainment Identifier Registry, Velma Season 2 is in the works at Warner Bros. And HBO Max. The registry shows Velma Season 2 on its own and a list of 11 episodes. The news comes just a couple of days after the premiere of episode 1 and 2 on HBO Max. In the days since the R-rated Scooby Doo spin-off's initial release, some viewers have mounted a review bombing effort against it on Rotten Tomatoes. Well, once again, review bombing. Currently, the popular critic and audience review website's audience score is at an unreasonably low 7% fresh rating. Yeah, sure, unreasonably. With over 2,000 audience reviews, compared to its 53% rating amongst 19 critics reviews. I can't believe it, guys. I can't do this anymore. And once again, they continue with talking about racism. There's been plenty of valid criticism of the show, but much of the negativity surrounding it has been in very bad faith. The toxic review bombing was a response to the show's race-blind casting, specifically with Velma being of Asian descent in the new series, as Kaling is in real life. While most Scooby Doo fans understood and even applauded the decision, it still led to a substantial level of racist backlash to Velma from toxic individuals and groups. Oh sure, they can't stop lying. While most Scooby Doo fans understood and even applauded the decision, yeah sure, show me those Scooby Doo fans that did that. Show me those 2 or 3 people that actually applauded that decision. That's just ridiculous. And yes, they just tweeted this out. Velma, biggest premiere day for Max original animated series ever. That's not a huge accomplishment, guys. That show is gonna have a huge premiere day, yes, obviously, because the whole internet is basically talking about it, because it's extremely controversial. But I want to see the drop-off. I want to see the drop-off from episode 1 to episode 2. Because all of the people I know have maybe checked out episode 1, but dropped it after that, after they saw how bad it is. And many of the reviews I saw have pretty much also said the same. Episode 1 was so bad that they just couldn't continue. So many comments on the internet. And I can't blame them. The show is completely disrespectful to the original Scooby Doo series. And I've seen so many Scooby Doo fans sad and disappointed. And this is truly a sad day. Because we just got the announcement for a season 2 of this piece of... I won't even say it. But what do you think about that? Season 2 of Velma. Give me your opinion in the comments down below. And don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more updates on that show and other stuff. I would really appreciate it. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. It means a lot to me. And I'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care.